The Crowned Prince of Ijebu, Part 25, The King Who Chose His Crown. The palace was still, not from fear, not from indecision, but from reverence. Wale sat on the ancient throne of his ancestors, the crown balanced lightly on his braided head, robes cascading around his tall frame. The Oloris stood to his right, the high chiefs aligned to his left. Outside the royal courtyard, a massive crowd filled the palace square. The drums had stopped, the chants had faded. What remained was silence, a silence that spoke of awe and anticipation. Today was not just another festival or gathering. It was the day Prince Adewale Adesanya, Harvard-educated economist and once reluctant heir, was formally crowned Oba Adewale Bau, the People's King, and Michelle was by his side. She stood, regal in her flowing gel and Yoruba-inspired silk, holding his hand with the quiet strength that had held them together through storms. The weeks before the coronation had tested everything, from traditional resistance to her presence to navigating her own transformation from outsider to royal partner. Michelle had walked the path with unwavering courage. Together they had rewritten tradition, honouring the past without being prisoners of it. Wale rose, raising both hands. The entire courtyard echoed with a wave of ululation, chants and raised fists. The people loved him, not just for who he was, but for what he represented: a bridge, a vision, a future. He began to speak. "I stand here today, not just as your king, but as your son. I have walked far, across oceans, through doubt and identity, and returned not just with knowledge, but with fire. A fire to rebuild, to heal, to lead, not with power, but with purpose." He paused. The wind rustled the palm trees. The golden sun bathed the palace steps. "We will bring light to Ijebu City, education, health, innovation, unity. This is the dawn of a new legacy." A roar followed, joyous, triumphant, united. In the crowd, Chief Folarin wiped a proud tear. The elders nodded in agreement. Even the most hardened traditionalists had been moved, not by Wale's bloodline, but by his heart. As the final drums resumed, Wale turned to Michelle. "Ready to rule with me?" he whispered. She smiled. "Only if I get a seat at every council meeting." He laughed, and for a brief moment, the mighty king was again the young man in Harvard Yard, caught between two worlds, never knowing they could merge. But now he knew he was both, the scholar and the sovereign, the prince and the people's hope. And as the sun dipped below the red roofs of Ijebu City, casting a golden glow on the palace steps, Oba Adewale II and Queen Michelle began their reign. Together, for the kingdom, for the future, for love. The end.